Alright, so coming back here with another field report. So everything went pretty much just as planned, no losing a bunch of money or anything. So my itinerary was just 16 days in France. I chose it because I'm pretty good at French and there were some cities I wanted to visit. I wanted to kind of do like a run back with the city that, or with the country that I visited a few times already. And now I could safely say I've explored the entire country, honestly. So I did 2 days in Paris. I did 4 days in Montpellier. It's a city in the south. It's kind of a beach town, but not really. Then I did Toulouse for 6 days. There were a lot of places I wanted to visit, like the Pyrenees and also Andorra. And then I spent 3 days in Bordeaux, and then I took a train all the way back to Paris on my last day and flew out the exact same day. So we'll get into the details of every single date in a sec, but I essentially was able to secure 7. We will also dive into what the online dating was like. We're going to talk about the nightlife a little bit and also about the 100 approaches I did. However, I might be covering that on a separate video. Okay, so this first date that I have, I actually did not get a picture unfortunately, but she was a French local I met off of Hinge in Paris, and we essentially just walked around a bit and then talked a bunch. The vibes were interesting, but they were not the best. But I later that evening I actually did have another date planned since I was only there for 2 days. Things were kind of tight. So this was a German girl I actually approached. So this is my first picture right here with her. And I talked to her on the street, and then we ended up getting some quick food afterwards. I was eating, then she actually wanted to join me. And then afterwards we got a quick drink, talked around by the riverside or by that bank, wherever we took that photo in. But it seemed like the vibes were a bit more friendly and stuff, so nothing really happened afterwards. So this third one was with the she's a French girl, but she's Tunisian by ethnicity, and we also just got a drink. We watched a little bit of a movie also, but at the end we only just kissed. Here the fourth date was with another French local, so we also just got a drink. However, I was able to get lucky this time. We did sleep together, and maybe the photo also points at it a bit. But yeah, it was a good one. So now we're in Toulouse, and I'll dive more into the Tinder. But damn, I only got one date in Toulouse. This is kind of sad. Not gonna lie. Maybe I'll analyze a bit in a sec. But here she is, and she was actually an American girl. Interesting, long history, but then moved back to Spain when she was young. She's half Dominican, half white Argentinian or something like that. And then we got a drink, and then I was able to get lucky, and then we went back to her place that evening. The sixth date was in Bordeaux. It was a local French woman. This date was pretty much completely in French. Interesting. Yeah, I was able to hold my own. She understood English pretty well, so if I ever got stuck, I just like fell back to that. We got some boba, and we smoked a little bit of cigarettes. Also, I'm not a smoker, but I like to try around. And then we did kiss a few times while on the date, but that was pretty much it. Now the seventh date, I would say I also didn't get a picture. Honestly, she was not as attractive as I expected. She was half French, half Martinique. She had a car, so she drove us around. We eventually went to a park, and we talked like a lot and stuff since I didn't really find her attractive, but I don't think she was there to do anything either. So we just talked a bunch, practiced a crap ton of my French. Yeah, it was a French only date pretty much. So here's my view on the Tinder here. It seems like there are a lot more time wasters here and those looking for long-term relationships. Looking back while recording this, I believe I gathered 130 matches. I counted about 115, but let's add like 15 due to those who may have deleted me throughout the times, give or take, if they unmatched. In the US, it would not take 40 matches to get a date because it looked like I only got 3 dates through Tinder after all this. And yeah, in the US, it would take maybe about 15 to 20 matches, controlling for quality, of course. I pretty much swipe on the same girls I find attractive. However, this is what really ticked me off. No other country has done this. Not Germany, not Poland, not Czechia. The women here actually would schedule something on the exact hour, then cancel or completely ghost. This happened so many times, I almost went crazy. The worst was in Toulouse, where I couldn't get a single Tinder date. I got a Bumble, thank God. But even though I was there for 6 days, I ran 2 pairs of boosts, and I had over 5 dates literally planned at the time, but then they all dipped on me. So yeah, it's kind of an annoying experience. Even Hinge was better. I managed 2 dates. So overall, I probably will not be returning to France for a very long time. Not only have I seen all the nature, I'm also not exactly content with dating culture there. It seems to be a bit harder to connect with French people. They're not part of an Anglophone country. However, they're also kind of independent because the Francophone world is pretty big and also strong. They have their own entertainment and their own memes or whatnot. Second thing is everything seems to be kind of more expensive than Germany, but their wages there are also lower, so I'm not exactly sure why. But the transportation costs more, groceries cost more, especially meat. So yeah. Third reason is, yeah, the dating. The women seem to be not as attractive, but they're also harder to get. If you looked at my Czechia and Poland report, you'll see that the ROI was a lot better. It was cheaper, and the quality of women were better. And yeah, overall, just like that. Fourth reason is I gotta see the migration. It's getting really bad there. It's getting dirtier. A lot of streets you don't think you're in France. And yeah, for me it just kind of it doesn't feel right. See, there's safety reasons, there's cultural reasons and everything, but honestly it's better when France is like more French, you know. Fifth reason, it's just I don't have anyone I know there. I have a really good buddy in Germany. We go do things together. It's a really quick train ride to his place and to Berlin, to Munich, to everywhere. So overall, I'll probably be staying within Germany and Poland until I eventually get my remote job or work in Germany and can travel to Greece, the Balkans, or Baltics, or further into Eastern Europe. Well, until next time.